girl Liz here. I am back in the great United States of America, currently in the beautiful Los Angeles, and I'm here to talk to you today about my trip to Colombia. Let me see the title of this video. I'm gonna be talking about the things that I loved in Colombia, the things that I didn't really like that much. I wanna start this video off by saying, I'm not a hater, okay? Sometimes when you go places, you like things, you don't like things. Also keep in mind that I was only there for a week. I started my trip off in Cartagena. I moved to Bogota. Don't take this to heart. Colombia is a very, very large country. It looks like it's like about the size of Texas or something like that. People vary, there's different cultures in the same way that you may compare New York City to Alabama, you know, there's gonna be different kinds of people, different kinds of things. So let's get started. So, of course, my first amazing love about Colombia, everything is cheap. Food, taxis. We were able to take a taxi pretty much everywhere. The prices ranged about $3 to $6, just going everywhere. This may not sound cheap. Our Airbnb was $90, but when you see it, it is gorgeous, modern, new, clean, new appliances, beautiful views, great customer service, security up the wazoo. You cannot beat it. That being said though, as awesome as the prices are for everything, I'm not gonna lie, there were a lot of people that tried to scam us. So you have to make sure that you do your research beforehand. You know how much things are supposed to cost. You kind of understand the exchange rate between US dollars and Colombian dollars. There were times that cab drivers tried to charge us twice as much money, and I was like, senor, no senor, no. Don't do that. So another thing that you will love about Colombia is the nightlife. Like I said, in Cartagena, there's a lot more tourists. We had a lot of fun experiencing the nightlife in Cartagena, especially the last night that we were there. We went to a really fun spot. They played a lot of Eastern Caribbean music, which I really love. Their nightlife was great. The people were definitely mixed. There was like lots of tourists, but they were like South American tourists. They weren't like a lot of gringos and stuff like that. It's nice, like you still get away from meeting the typical like American person or whatever like that. So even though the nightlife is really great, one thing you may not like is the drinks. I said this about Mexico and someone was really arguing with me, but the drinks are really watered down and they are not really that good. You pretty much end up spending like the same amount you would spend back home. I'm speaking from someone from New York, so get that in there. So although you will be spending the extra money to have drinks, and while you're drinking that, the weather, of course, is gorgeous. Cartagena was like 91, 92. Bogota was like in the 60s. So I'm so glad that like I was prepared for like being in multiple climates. Yeah, so it just has really beautiful weather. How do I even explain this? So in Bogota, you're gonna have a hard time breathing, bro. It's very weird. Bogota is 8,000 feet above sea level. That probably doesn't mean a lot to you. Think about if you've ever been to New York, Miami, Los Angeles. You know how you go to the beach? You just stand in front of your car and you're like,
oh, the beach is over there.
And you can just like walk over to the beach. Okay, no. Imagine the beach is here. Bogota is 8,000 feet above the motherfucking beach. Okay, so I did a ton of research on it and no one told me that I was gonna have a breathing problem. Me and my friend, we get to Bogota and we go to our Airbnb. Their elevator is not working. The main guys at the front desk, they're like, oh, don't worry, we'll take your bags up. Our room was on the 3rd floor and by the time I got up there, I was like, we were so out of breath. As soon as we got there, we dropped our stuff down. We were like, all right, we're gonna get some food. We're gonna watch a movie and then take a nap. Tell me why we went and got our food and we started watching the movie and both of us, this is around 3 in the afternoon, both of us knocked out about 15 to 25 minutes into the movie and did not wake up again until 1 a.m. Then we end up falling asleep again around 3 a.m. and sleeping all the way until 10. Come to find out, after researching, if you come from sea level, you're gonna struggle. And it wasn't just us like, oh, maybe we're out of shape, maybe this or that, because we met up with this guy from couch surfing who's in impeccable shape. He even told us, he was like, you know what? Do you guys feel like you're out of breath here? And we were like,
oh my gosh!
Okay, then it's not just us. So this is my PSA to all the Americans. Who would ever think that you go somewhere and the elevation is too high that you can't breathe? Our first day in Bogota, we lost an entire day because we had to sleep. Even when I came back, I'm still recovering, man. While I'm talking about not being able to breathe, of course, the Colombian food is amazing. I love Colombian food. I had my first Colombian food experience in Miami, which you have seen before on my channel. I had bandeja paisa, which is your typical countryman's kind of food. The food was really awesome in Colombia. Everything that we had that was Colombian was delicious. On our last day was in Cartagena was just magnificent. That being said, one thing you might not like is if you try to have food that is not Colombian, some spaghetti, french fries, a hamburger, don't do it.
Don't do it.
You're not gonna enjoy it. It's not good. It's not good, man. One of the things you will love in Colombia is that the service people are very friendly. They will tolerate your Spanish. Everyone has been very nice. The people that checked us in, the people that looked after us, everyone has been amazing. That is one thing that you will love about Colombia. Now, what you'll dislike about Colombia is that everybody else, I have to tell the truth, I have to keep it real with you. I had very, very many unpleasant experiences with the people that I met there. When we were in Cartagena, there were just so many people trying to sell us stuff, and that's fine. I know I'm a tourist, whatever. You want to sell me things, that's fine. But what I don't appreciate is if I say no, that you looking at me like you want to beat my ass afterward for not wanting to buy something from you. There were multiple times when me and my friend, after we tell them we don't want something, they would go and sit across from us and they would grill us and they would talk to their friends about us. How do we know that they're talking about us? Well, because they would look to their friend, they would say something to them, then their friend would turn all the way around and look directly at us. My Spanish has completely improved since I was in Mexico, so I can understand some of the shit that they're saying. I don't know what their ideology is, but for some reason they thought that because we were similar color, race to them, that therefore we should buy things. In my mind, I kind of thought that. I'm like, okay, I'm here in Colombia. I want to support the people. I bought so much stuff. I bought so much jewelry, bracelets, necklaces. Okay, I want to apologize to you guys for the changing light situation. The way they acted is if we owed them something. We sat down on the beach to have a drink, and at least 20 people came up to us and asked us to buy stuff, which is fine. We don't care if you ask, but when we say no 1, 2, 3 times, and then you're gonna go over there and grill us and mean mug us the whole time. Also, when we're on the beach in Western side, it's us here, crowds of Caucasoids, white people behind us, and they will only come up to us. Another time we were outside a club. My friend got a skewer, a kebab, and we were just standing outside the club, figuring out if we're gonna go back in, if we're gonna leave, whatever. Some woman comes up to us, which I'm suspecting is a prostitute because of the way she was dressed, and the area just started to change around 3. It was it's less tourists. Now it seems like there's a lot of working girls walking around here. It's I'm standing here, my friend is standing here, this prostitute comes up and she's right here and she starts asking for money, and my friend is no, and this starts talking mad shit. I don't know where she thinks where we're from. Multiple times we got mistaken for Brazilians, and she's standing right here talking about fat bitch this and da 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 da, and all you want to do is eat, and all this kind of shit that she's talking. I'm just I feel so bad because I don't want to discourage people from going to a place. If you're a girl, especially if you're black girls, mixed girls, Spanish girls, don't go by yourself. Have some other girlfriends, because I'm just thinking, like, if it was just me without my friend, I don't know what I would do. I went and got this drone. I have my camera and shit. Like, I only took out my camera 2 days out of the whole trip. I don't really want to get political, but I will for a second, because this is my message to the feminists. Y'all got a lot of work to do. We have it really great here. A walk by myself. I can wear makeup without being harassed. If I could tell you the stories of how my friend was harassed for wearing leggings in the street, you would be shocked. Our last night there, we had to leave the party that we were at because some man was sexually assaulting my friend. When we went to Bogota, I would look at people, you know, smile when you make eye contact, and people would be like, look right away from me like I didn't even exist. I will say though that if you are American or European and you want some recognizable brands, you will find that in Colombia. You'll find some Starbucks, McDonald's, Dunkin' Donuts. For sure in Bogota, you will experience those places. So they also have Uber in Cartagena and Bogota. This is probably another video for another time. Uber is illegal in Colombia, but it's still there. We used Uber many times, especially in Bogota, but talking to the drivers, it's illegal or it's legal, or there's some shady stuff going on with Uber in Colombia, and I honestly don't even really want to talk about because
it's none of my business. It's none of my business.
You can use Uber, but it's not everywhere. So another thing about Colombia, I don't know, maybe I might not be the best person to talk about this, but there were a couple times when I had the bit of fear of crime in Colombia. One of the reasons why I came to Colombia was hearing about how so many of the cartels had surrendered and the crime has gone down. You can look at the US government's website and see that crime has very much so gone down in Colombia. It is really nice, but I'm not gonna lie to you, when I was in Bogota, I could definitely notice that there were a couple times when I ran into people that seemed like they were just like ex-gangsters or something. There'd be a guy selling like Sue ice cream and he'd have like tattoos over his shit and he just had that swag. Oh, there's Christina back there. I don't know how else to explain it, but it's like in New York, you see a guy selling ice cream, it's just like, you know, like a Middle Eastern man or a Latino man selling ice cream. But these guys were like, they have like a scar, smiley, and they'll have like the tattoos all over their neck, and they'll have like the hair. I don't know how else to explain it, but it was just like so weird. Like we went outside the Gold Museum. This guy, he was trying to give me food to like pet his emu. He had like a pet emu outside the museum. And he was like, es gratis, es gratis. And I'm just like, no, I'm okay. Like I know nothing here is for free, so you're not gonna get me with that. And then I like come up close and I see he has a scar like this, down like this. Guys, don't take any of the stories that I'm saying too seriously. I know that Colombia is trying to renew their reputation, and I want them to renew their reputation. I want you to go there, and I want people to get more acclimated there, because I feel like some of the problems that I'm complaining about is just because of the fact that they're still going through a transitioning phase. You will have an amazing time in Cartagena. I still am going to go back to Colombia 100%. I want to go to Medellin. I want to go to Cali. I want to go to the Amazonas. I want to experience my Spanish more. I want to go to Las Islas Rosarios. I want to see all that stuff. But they want to tell you, oh, don't go to Mexico. Mexico is so horrible. Oh, don't go to Colombia. Colombia is so bad. Don't listen to any of those people, okay? Just have a smart head on your shoulders. Don't act like an idiot. Go out there, enjoy yourself. Even though I had these experiences, even though they were great, I would still totally go back to Colombia. And I want people to go back to Colombia. Obviously, it has such a long indigenous history, which I'm sad that I didn't get to delve into more. But besides the indigenous history, we know Colombia has a very like crazy history within the past 60 years. Their history, the stuff that they have been through, has impacted who they are as a people. And there are a lot of people in that country that have lived through horrible things. Yeah, they might have a chip on their shoulder. They might be angry. They might see an American and think, damn, you have it so awesome. And they don't realize that, like, bro, I'm here on my last dollar. I came to see you guys on my last dollar. Like I said, I want to stress, I really love Colombia. I think that you should visit Colombia and do some research, understand the history. It may help you better understand the people. And I will talk to you guys soon. Thank you guys for watching this video. Please leave a comment, rate, and subscribe. Let me know what you think. If you would like to support this channel, please consider making a one-time donation via PayPal, or you can check out my Teespring to see all of my new shirts. Thankfully, to my Colombian trip, I will also be having Colombian jewelry that will be available on my website. Please check my bio for that, and I will see you guys soon. Success, all the right behaviors you need to know.